I didn't really believe that people believed in me. I went up for adoption and then ended up in South Carolina for a family that wanted to adopt me. My family at that time disowned me. I found myself like homeless. I would go to apartment complexes and break into the empty ones, and just sleep there for the night. I'm really hush-hush about a lot when I'm struggling, and that's when like no one really notices, you know. I fail in silence. I didn't believe in God after what happened to me. I stopped believing in everything. I just gave up. I didn't care what anybody thought. I was going to do whatever I wanted. And then like I just kept getting signs, you know, from God. I felt like it's kind of freaky because I was all like, I hate God, you know, like, but then when just certain things I started noticing, and it changed everything. After I dropped out, I realized, you know, it was the wrong thing to do, so I did what I could to get back in school. And at the time I was staying with a friend, and I walked all the way from her house to Irma High School. It was a 45-minute walk in the hot sun in the summer just to re-enroll myself, and went there, and then I met Miss Carol.
I remember it like it was yesterday, and I could tell she was upset, she was nervous, and still pretty just as she is today, but I knew she was upset. She wanted to get back into school, and she wanted to finish school, and we were going to see what we could do to help her do that.
She's the one that helped me re-enroll, because at first they were telling me I couldn't, and like it got me so mad because I had walked there, you know, expecting to be re-enrolled, and they said no. But thank God she walked through the door, because, you know,
I knew she was going to need a lot of help because she was an unaccompanied youth, and that pretty much means you are on your own. And at her age, that is very difficult. It's hard for an adult to be out and be on your own, but for a student, that's rough.
I didn't have any clothes because I had lost so much weight. I wasn't fitting any of my clothes anymore. And I was so scared to ask anyone for help because I'm stubborn. And I kind of told her, but I figured she wouldn't care. But she kept coming back to me, and that meant a lot. And she kept helping me. And I didn't even know school had stuff like that, where kids donate stuff for other kids. Part of the reason why I went back to school too is because it was my comfort zone, and because I could eat there. I could eat a meal there. That's one of the main reasons why I went there. I used to go to her in the morning, and she would be like, "Quest, are you hungry? Have you eaten breakfast?" And I'd either lie or be like, "No, I'm not really hungry right now." And like she's all like, "Let me just go get you a Capri Sun." And she'd like go, and she'd give me crackers too, but like she wouldn't just give me one. She'd give me like 3, and I'd be like in my head, I was like, yeah, you know. And so I used to put them in my book bag and take them home, and or take them wherever, you know, hold on to them because it was something to eat, you know. And she used to fill my book bag full of food, and I'd be so excited. I kind of went to her jokingly telling her that, you know, I'm the oldest one in my class, and it was kind of embarrassing, but it's school, so it's fine. And I didn't like expect her to do anything, but then she told me about Alternative Academy, and at the time I was excited because then I could get school done with quickly, but then I was kind of upset because I'd have to leave her. The first person I met when I was at the Alternative Academy was Kim Cash.
Yes, Donna told me that she was going to enroll in the Alternative Academy and that actually she was coming up to bring her to orientation.
It was a team effort to complete my 10th and 11th grade year because, you know, that's a lot of work. That's 2 years in one, but all the teachers are very supportive. The Alti teachers are like my second family after the Grace because they all know I had struggles and were willing to help me with anything.
The issues that she was experiencing at that time called for pretty immediate measures. We had to find her a place to stay, that was safe and stable, make sure that she was coming to school. So those were basically the two main things that we were working on.
At 16 years old, I was stuck because all the places that I was able to go to, they wouldn't take me without a guardian signature.
Knowing that she could not stay where she was staying, and there really not being any other options available, I went to a teacher that I knew.
I was overcome with the feeling of determination I got from this student, that she really did want to come to school and she was really committed to getting help and making things work out in her life. It was very obvious. I could feel it. So I said absolutely yes and invited Questa to come to my house.
Being a foster kid, when I went back, I was so scared. Like, it brought back a lot of unwanted memories. And Sharon Gray and her family, they came to the foster care system and fought for me.
I just couldn't stand the thought of her having to go back into that system and start over again. Oddly, we found out that while we were not qualified to be foster parents, we could agree to become her legal guardians, which was a much bigger step than Michael and I thought we were going to take when we had agreed to take Questa temporarily. But at that moment, it just seemed like the only alternative for helping Questa. So Michael and I said right away, where do we sign? We'll become her legal guardian. Questa Bald Eagle is now Questa Bald Eagle Gray.
Because they reached their hand out and everything, like, they deserve the most respect. And I was willing to give it and change a lot of the things that I used to do. Well, when I graduated, it was hard for me to really believe at first, but then it's all like, after it happens, it's all like, oh my gosh, I finished, like, so much hard work paid off. Like, I was so proud of myself, and it made me feel, like, happy, especially walking at Alti, so those teachers can see that their hard work paid off, you know?